The corner, the corner, the corner. Hey, welcome. Come on into Cousin Ed's Corner. This podcast is where you will find real, authentic conversation, organic conversation, like you're at home with your cousin. It's about life, it's about finance, it's about spirituality, it's about love, and everything in between. I'm your host, Cousin Ed. I'm excited to bring you along on this journey to explore life. Listen, let's sit back and enjoy a wide range of topics. I have some diverse guests coming on, a wide range of spectrum of thoughts. My goal is to create a space for all of us to connect, all of us to learn each other, and all of us to communicate. It's really not about me. It's about the community as a whole. Let's enjoy this. Let's sit back. Let's think about our past. Let's move into our future. It's about the corner, the corner, the corner. So no matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you a piece of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. The corner, the corner, the corner. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What's going on, fam? We're back. We're back. Another Motivational Monday. Yes, indeed. You're here at Cousin Ed's Corner. You have come to visit. Thank you for stopping by. I definitely appreciate it. This is all, you hear it again and again, but it really means a lot to me, this show, and you, my friends and family who are showing up and showing out for this show. So thank you for definitely showing up for myself and each other. Reason why I say each other, because I hear more stories about people connecting, people that are brand new to this show that never heard Cousin Ed's Corner before, connecting with other members of the show. So I definitely want to continue to spark interest in people connecting. This is one community. We're all in it together, as I said before. So this, if you have anything you want to share with me, anybody you've heard on one of the shows, definitely reach out to me. 762-333-2032. That's 762-333-2032. I will definitely pass it along to any of the guests. Another thing, you can visit cousinedscorner.com. That's cousinedscorner.com. Across the top of the page, you can hit leave voicemail. And under the leave voicemail, you can leave me a voicemail for the show. And I think that's about it. You can find me on every social media platform. You can say, hey Siri, hey Alexa, hey Google. All of the social media platforms you can find me on and be able to look up the show there. So definitely do that. I think that's a lot of it out of the way. But today is Motivational Monday, and I'm gonna talk about some things that, or I'm gonna talk about a thing, a being, a spirit, I'm gonna talk about him. Talk about him. I want you to tell me, what can he do? What can't he do? What can't he do? I don't know what he can't do. And y'all, for those who are believers in the faith, y'all know what I'm talking about. Even when things happen, right, and it might not be what you want to happen, you know that he is doing it somewhere. He may not have done it for you today, but he's doing it somewhere, right? What can't he do? This man is a healer. For some of us who think he is that man, that woman, but God, our God, your God, is a healer. He's a forgiver. He's a protector. He's a provider. He's a teacher. Y'all help me out and give me all the things he is for you. He's a friend. He's a confidant. Oh my goodness. He's so many things that we can't count all the things that he is for us. When you're going through, no matter what you're going through, he's already taking care of it. What is it that he can't do? What is it that God can't do? I look at stories. Hey, going back to the social media stuff, it is a gift and a curse, and I love the gift of it, right? I'll say the new curse for me is the rabbit hole. I can sit on there and go down a rabbit hole and be there for hours, but the stuff that I'm watching is mostly positive. And for anyone who has shared anything with me, thank you very much. Definitely keep up the positivity coming. But seeing some of the stories of survival, people coming back after being on drugs, people coming back after accidents, people coming back, people showing compassion and taking care of their parents or taking care of loved ones. So many things, you know, when you start getting those feelings inside of you and you be like, only God could do these things. This right here is to motivate all of us to know no matter what we're going through, God can take care of it. No matter what sickness you have right now, God can take care of it. No matter what challenge you have with finance, God can take care of it. And we get upset. We say, "When God, when God, when God." And I was watching Richardson. I can't think of her name now. The track runner, but she said, "In God's time." This is the timing of God, right? And I saw that just a minute ago. That's what reminded me. So when I do these shows, it's all organic, and that's what sparked this show, right? In God's time, all things can happen, right? It may not be when you want it to happen, so you may not get the job today, right? You stay faithful, stay on track, study, acts without. Was it works? No, acts. You know what I'm trying to say. If you want something, you got to put actions toward it, right? So you can't want a job and then keep working towards getting a job, right? You may have to take a lesser job in the time being and sacrifice. So God wants you to humble yourself to get the job you want. But it's all in his timing, all in due time. But you got to keep the faith. My dad told me when I was a kid, and I did not know what it meant. This faith of a mustard seed. You always hear the faith of a mustard seed. The smallest amount of faith, you keep that, he can grow certain things out of it. He can multiply certain things out of it. He knows that you're his child and you have the faith that he can do it. But a lot of times he'll humble you to get you to that point to say, will you give up? This show today is about not giving up, keeping faith, keeping the faith, knowing that he can do any and all things. When I say any and all things, they said I wasn't there, but they said he raised the dead. They said he had a blind man see. He will take care of your enemies for you and put them as your footstools. I can personally attest to that. This God. God is so good. God is so good. Y'all, I can sit here and be one of the most macho men, but I fall on my face time and time again saying how good God is. How good God is. How good God is. He's done so much for me. Like I said, if I had 1,000 tongues, I couldn't thank him enough. So I just wanted to tell y'all, no matter what you're going through, I'm not sure if this show was for one person or for many of you. No matter what you're going through, know that it's all capable through God. He can do anything you pray for, anything you ask for. But remember, it's in his time. His time, and he wants you to stay faithful to it. I'll tell another story before I go. And this one touches home a lot more for those who are new to Cousin Ed's show might not have heard this story. For those who have listened to Cousin Ed's podcast for a while, know this story, and it's a parallel to having faith, right? It's actually the opposite of having faith, right? When you don't know about faith, you don't understand it, then you go through this. But I want to be the one to tell you that if you keep believing and have faith, that He'll take care of it all. So my grandmother was sick for many years. She was sick for some time, and I was young. She had cancer. I didn't know what cancer was. They said a big C, and she ended up passing. And when she passed, it was rough, right? Rough for me to understand how can God do something to someone so wonderful, right? And we all go through these points of questioning God. Why God? Why God? And I can give the analogy. I'll give you the reason that He wanted her closer, and it was her time and all that stuff. But you being 13 years old, you may not understand that, right? You being 10 years old, you may not understand that. You being 40 years old, you may not understand why He took someone from you, right? And we all go through that. But it took me years to sit down and understand that it was her time, it was in timing, but it made me stronger to understand about life and the cycles of life. It made me stronger to understand that you're not here forever, so live each day to the fullest. There's so many things, so many lessons I got from seeing that, knowing that she was in pain, and He took all the pain away, and whatever suffering she had, He took away. So I brought that story up to say that sometimes we don't understand why we're going through the suffering and the pain. And no one wants to say, okay, take me out of here. Death is going to be the end of what my suffering is. But he knows when the time is and what the proper dose of prescription and everything He needs for you at that time. So just know that God has a plan. He's already taken care of everything for you. All right, and be at peace. Be at peace with that, knowing that God is going to take care of it. No matter what the worries are, Matthew 6:34. No matter what your worries are for tomorrow, tomorrow has enough worries of its own. Give yourself peace and know that God is going to take care of it for you. I can go on and on about how good He is. I'm going to let you have some more of your Monday back. Sorry for this late. Some of you may not hear it today, but I'm going to say it's late for me. Sorry for this late recording for this Monday, but I wanted to make sure I got this out for you. I'd like for each of you to go ahead and follow the show. I'd like for each of you to share this show, share it with your friends, family, and loved ones. Share with anyone you think may need it. It may be a stranger, like, hey, I know this show called Cousin Ed's Corner that's giving out some positive information. I think you may need that today. So share the show, share the show. It's hard for me to say the S's. Be sure to do that. Reach out to me. I want you to leave us a voicemail or leave me a text on how good you know how God is. In all the ways you know how God is. What has He done for you, as the show's title? What has God done for you? Give your testimony, right? Because sometimes other people need to hear your testimony to know that you was once, man, if you knew where I was at, God got me through this. Somebody need to hear that. Someone need to hear that story. Somebody need to hear my story about my grandmother, because they're dealing with death right now, and they can't understand how to mourn and how to get past it, how to understand it. But that story may help them. Your story, your testimony may help someone today. So be sure not to hold it in. Don't suffer in silence. Share what you're going through, and somebody else may be able to help you, or you may be able to help somebody else. Whew. My chest is heavy after this. Chest is heavy. I love each and every one of you. There's nothing you can do about it. Have a great week. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Peace. Thank you for listening to Cousin.